We're back! Welcome back to Flippin' Fortunes, guys. Today we're going to take you through this quaint little cottage in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. We're going to go through the entire renovation process and we're stoked to show you.
You know, I really didn't like this this height differential. Just watch.
You look like the
You're gonna
bars.
You're gonna look like you're like 7 feet tall. I know.
One thing that I noticed, this is actually my first time in Prescott. Jake and Luke are from here originally. Just hearing the birds, like I could imagine coming outside, having a cup of coffee, looking around my neighborhood, and just being serene and happy and calm. Have you guys walked this property before?
We walked it one time.
Okay.
We walked it one time, got it for a really good deal. So when we were walking it, we were like, you know, we don't need to see it before we put it under contract. So we put it under contract, just did one walkthrough, because usually what we'll do is we'll do like a walkthrough just to make sure there's nothing absolutely crazy with the property.
Yeah, this was actually unique because we actually got this through a realtor. So the reason why, you know, you're a little more confident when there's a realtor involved, because they have to disclose things to you. Whereas if you're buying straight from a wholesaler or direct to seller, it is literally the wild, wild west. They don't have to tell you anything because you're not buying it with any disclosures or anything like that. So since we went through a realtor to find this deal, they have to disclose everything.
Let's check it out.
Quiet.
That's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Clean.
I mean, it is always fun when you first walk a project, though, like when you're deciding what you're going to do with it. You have an open pamphlet.
Pallet.
Canvas.
No, pallet. What the heck
Get
am I
an
talking-
open pallet of wood.
I'm thinking of a pallet of paint, like a paint.
You got
maybe
blank
not.
canvas is what I was going for.
Dude, this is awesome.
Heater looks like it's in great shape. Come on, they left us a Vizio.
And some sweet
Look at this. This TV's got to be worth at least 130 bucks.
stats on this.
24 rebounds a game.
Agility on this is just through the
This is,
roof.
okay,
Awareness?
perfect. All right, fuck me, guys, right?
So something else that's kind of funny. So just because of the amount of properties that we've bought where they just leave the washers and dryers, Jake and I have a 2-car garage right downtown Prescott that is just filled with appliances. So with rental properties, it's perfect because then you always just have washers and dryers to throw in your properties.
Tenants are going to be so excited to get this one.
No, I mean, it's definitely, overall, I think it's really clean.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You
Prescott things.
You want to take this to your house?
Yeah, I think it would actually fit really nicely.
No, yeah. So in here, fairly close to what it is in the sense of the layout. Just because in this area you don't need to do anything crazy. We're not like really pushing the market. I mean, this is a 1,100 square foot, 3-bed, 1.5 bath. So you don't really need to do anything too crazy in here in the sense of, you know, opening up walls and making this like some gorgeous house. Like we'll still make it really nice, but again, you kind of want to stick to the neighborhood.
Sticking to kind of like that older school, kind of like you're out, not necessarily in the country, but you're kind of like out there.
Yeah.
Do people like that who live here?
Your average buyer that's going to buy in this neighborhood is going to be
85 years old.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe-
so everything
maybe
looks
90.
good already.
We're pretty much going to put new yellow countertops right back in.
right, exactly.
No, but we definitely will do like more warm tones.
Yeah,
you know, not quite as modern, stuff like that.
We're not taking out anything.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I was possibly contemplating is that this is just a huge closet in the middle of your living and kitchen area, which it's, in all honesty, it's not really needed. Like, you don't need a massive closet. Somebody's got to be the one to kick the hole in the drywall. Come on, baby!
Like right now?
Yeah.
I think we own it.
Hang on.
I think so.
Are you sure?
The wire went through, so.
Just want to make sure you're not kicking the stud. Ah, my leg!
Oh, let me get my tools out. And yeah, she's looking good.
Come on, baby!
Go ahead, links in the top of that description for our construction services, and yeah, we'll see you. Good night. Guys, actually, I don't think we should get rid of that closet. Patch that back up.
Way to go, Steven. It just cost us $300. This is actually a really good sized living room.
It's a great layout.
you do have this old wood burning stove, which, as many of us have seen already, it is a bit of a tripping hazard. I can finally say I'm 6 foot.
There you go. No, almost. Man. Hear me out. Okay, and I know I'm gonna get shit on. Okay, Jake. It's tough for me because I don't fully know the market, and I certainly don't know it how they know it. As I'm walking through here, like as I'm seeing everything, especially what you're saying with the demographic of people who be buying it,
right.
Like keeping some of those old school, like quaint touches.
I would say I could agree with you if it was like a downtown area. So like historic homes, people love that shit. Someone that's gonna appreciate that kind of stuff is gonna be someone who's spending $1 million on a Victorian home and they're like, oh, that's so cool, I love that. Or they're gonna keep some of the wallpaper. The other thing is I think this house was built in like the 70s, so it's not like it's really like value in the, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It doesn't have, the history is not enough there yet.
Nice thing, it doesn't look like we're gonna have to spend too much money on landscaping back here. It seems pretty well groomed. What are we looking like timeline for construction? When are we starting? How long is it gonna take?
Yeah, we actually just closed on this sucker today. So crews set up to start tomorrow. And we're probably anticipating, I would say between a 4 to 6 week turn.
We're excited for you guys to see how this property transforms.
All right, so we picked this property up for $274,000, which in Prescott is absolutely absurd. You have the hardest time finding anything for under $300,000, let alone a super traditional house like this. First, we were expecting to put about $45,000 into this. After our detailed walkthrough, we're gonna be extending that kitchen. Yeah. We're gonna be making that a true master. Yeah. We're probably gonna be a little bit more towards 52,000. And like we said in the beginning, we expect this thing to sell for anywhere from $425,000 to possibly $450,000. Just depends on how it turns out. So with our purchase price being about $274,000, we're gonna be putting $52,000 into the rehab. We're gonna be all into this property. $320,000 to $330,000 all into this property. We'll have holding costs, realtor fees, and everything else on the back end, but that leaves us about $100,000 spread on this property.
Pretty good, boys.
Cheers, boys. Don't drink all that, Steven.
Back checking in on Meadow, it's about 80% done right now, and as you can see, we changed up the entire layout of the house. When you walk in, we had that original living room, which remained the same, but the kitchen was completely changed. The entire kitchen, you were able to walk through to the other side, and we didn't have a second full bathroom. So we closed off that wall. So when you walk into the house, it's nice and open. You have your living room and your kitchen.
So in the living room, you remember how we had that weird cutout around what looked like a TV was? What we decided to do was get rid of that pop out, and it actually added an extra foot into that tiny bedroom.
Lastly, if you remember in the kitchen, there was another door that was leading to the backyard. We went ahead and closed that in and added a slider to the right, making it a super seamless.
That was your idea.
I mean, I'm a dog. What can I say? Close it up, which honestly is probably one of the best things about the house.
Oh, for sure.
In my opinion, not just because it was my idea.
Value just skyrocketed.
The best.
Skyrocketed.
But where we ended up putting that slider in on the back patio, I don't know if you remember, there was a weird storage that the previous owner had done underneath that so-called deck. So we're gonna have to come up with some way to close that up, cover it up, make sure it's safe for the next family to come in. It's not gonna come up on an inspection.
Personally, I think we make it into a snake pit.
We're about 2 weeks away from this thing being completely done, and we're so excited for you guys to see it.
We're back in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. We're here at our Meadow project. It is fully complete. It is staged, finished. We are excited to take you through it. Let's go.
Yes! Woo! Grand reveal, boys. The grand reveal. Ha ha! Ooh-wee.
This looks good.
This looks really good.
And it smells so good. That's not fresh paint.
I kind of miss the old smell.
Yeah, the moldy, really funky smell. I like that too.
What a change. Honestly, do you remember when we first walked in last time? There was just like that massive closet there for no reason.
Oh, I remember.
It was awful.
My foot actually went through it, so.
Yes, it did.
No, but I guess, you know, just right off the entryway, remember we had that, your favorite thing.
Yeah.
The built-in right here for the TV. Like, this just looks so much better.
Oh yeah. This is a perfect setup now, because it's like now you can just sit here, you've got a great wall for the TV.
Makes it feel so much larger in here.
Oh yeah.
But just having a nice entry living space, it's, you know, like you were saying, watch the match with the boys.
Honestly, I'm just stoked how it turned out. You got the wide open floor plan now. You got the island. You know, I'm imagining someone's gonna hang a TV here,
Oh, for
hang
sure.
out.
Literally
Watch
sit at the bar, sit at the bar top, watch a game. Like it.
Lead the way.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go check out a bathroom real quick.
do it. Aha.
I like how this turned out. You recall before it was the little 3x3 vintage tile.
Yeah.
Also yellow, I think. Somewhere.
I think so.
Yeah, this is just super clean. What we like to do on these homes is make them so literally nobody would have an issue with the finishes you do.
Yeah.
So someone can walk in and, you know, who doesn't mind white subway tile? Who doesn't mind neutral cabinet colors? No one's ever gonna be turned away from the house.
These fans, yeah.
Nice.
Nothing really happened too much in here, right? Just paint the walls.
I don't know if you remember this bedroom. This wall was about 10 to 12 inches this way, making this bedroom feel a lot smaller than it is. Now it's a good sized bedroom.
Other room, you know, this is great. Carpet, I'm just gonna feel it out real quick. It feels nice.
Triple stitch?
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like.
It feels nice.
Yeah, I'd say, you know, the color's good. The feel is good.
What's your
Everything's
favorite
good.
tone of the colors?
Probably the brown in there.
Yeah.
Haven't you just want to be taught real estate by three guys sitting down on carpet spooning each other? Did you just rip
Out of part?
Yeah. On to the third bedroom after.
after Luke
Guy got me.
shit himself in the guest bedroom?
No, as we've mentioned before, bedrooms are where you save a lot of money because it's very simple. You're literally just base, flooring, a fan, and paint. I mean, that's ultimately it.
So you guys remember before, this was actually just a half bath, so we didn't have a shower in here. Went ahead, added a shower, so this is an additional bath, and you were saying to find a 3-2 out here right now is almost impossible, right?
Exactly, especially for like sub 450.
This is where the moneymaker is, because this is where we added a ton of value by putting an entire shower in here, making this a full bath. All right, guys, so we're back in the office. We're gonna break down the numbers for Meadow. It was an exciting project. It's right now, when you're watching this video, it's gonna be about May 6th or May 7th. We purchased the property April 1st, so this was a pretty decently fast-moving project, and the number's gonna be super sweet. Jake, take it away.
All right, so we bought this thing for $274,000. We ended up putting $60,000 into it once we added in HVAC, landscaping, the whole 9 yards. So we are all into this thing. $334,000. With holding this just for a bit over a month so far, we're looking at about $4,000 in holding costs. We're probably gonna be looking at another 30 to 45 days once it's listed and an escrow. So a total of about 60 to 75 days in holding costs, which will equate to about $8,000 to $10,000. So all in all, we'll be into this thing about $345,000.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take a look at, you know, comps of what we believe that this property could sell for. Comps are just gonna be comparables to see what others are moving at. Here's one right here that you can kind of take a look at. If you wanna swing the camera right around this direction, this is a 2-bed, 1-bath, about 900 square feet. Cute little property, probably has a little bit more curb appeal than ours. As we mentioned before, we added a second bathroom. So the fact that we have a second bathroom is absolutely huge. So with this one getting 406, and the other big thing is that it was about 6 months ago and there's not a whole lot active right now, I'm kind of thinking we should be able to push like 425, that was like the original number we'd always stated. We could potentially try to push it a little bit, but at the same time, we've been trying to get things to move quickly right now. So we use this website, Rehab Valuator. We come over to quick offer calculator and it will kind of give you an idea of what you're thinking you should be able to make on the property. So let's just say 425, which I think is, again, a pretty safe number. 60,000 in repairs, which is what we did. Closing costs on this one shouldn't be anything too crazy. Let's just say 4,000. Closing costs to sell. So this is going to be, you know, realtor fees, closing costs on the back end, stuff like that. So we usually say 4%, which is usually going to be, you know, 3% to a buyer agent, or maybe 2.5%, and then we usually do, you know, about 1% to our agent that lists it. This says, are you ready for this? that buying at 274,000, which we did. If you'll turn the camera here, my friend, 425 ARV, 60,000 repairs, 4,000 closing costs, 4% to sell, 12,000 in holding costs. That leaves us with a 275 buy price, which means that we would be able to make about $58,000.
Sweet guys, so the property is gonna go on the market. We're gonna keep you guys updated with what's going on. Obviously, like Luke was saying, it could take a little bit longer, could happen, really quickly depending on, if people are jumping on it right away, but we're super excited. So make sure to stay tuned so you can see what we actually sold it for.
Steve, make a phone call.
Oh, sorry. They said we'll see you next time. Peace.